Hi, it's been a while. I feel like I owe you guys an update because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been sharing mostly my artista life, work moments, a little bit of my everydays, getting glammed up, anything beauty related, and just navigating everything in between. But lately I've been feeling like life has just been moving so fast, but somehow not getting anywhere, or at least it feels like it. And I haven't really been living it, just going through the motions. So I decided to do something different. Instead of thinking that happiness has to be something big, something that happens after you've done enough, achieved enough, I started romanticizing the little things. The way the sunlight comes in when I open the curtains, that extra special feeling of lighting a candle, that first sip of coffee, the small habits that make life softer. And that's how I found myself creating my dopamine menu. A simple list of things that make everyday life a little more beautiful. And in this video, I'm showing you exactly how I made mine, so you can create yours too. How I made my dopamine menu, a soft life reset. Step 1. What sparks joy for you? I started with a simple question. What are the things that actually make me feel good? Not the big life goals or the big dreams, but the everyday things that shift my mood even just a little. Like smelling coffee in the morning or opening the curtains to let the sunlight in. So I sat down with my journal and just started listing them out. No overthinking, just what makes me feel good. What's something small that makes me happy? These things don't need to be fancy or aesthetic, they just need to feel like you. If you're doing this with me, grab your notebook or open your notes app and write down everything that sparks even the smallest bit of joy. Step 2. Categorizing your dopamine menu. Once I had my list, I wanted to make it easier to use. Something I could come back to whenever I felt off, tired, or disconnected. So I organized it like a real menu. Yep, food. I split it into 3 parts. First, starters. These are small, low-effort actions that gently ease me into a better headspace. Think of them as emotional appetizers. They don't take a lot of energy, but they help shift your mood just enough to get you going. My starters include things like having a cup of coffee, playing music in the morning, pausing, taking deep breaths, stretching, doing a quick 2-minute movement, wearing something soft and comfy but still put together. The key here is ease. Starters shouldn't feel like chores. They're meant to feel doable even if your energy is low. Sometimes just doing one of them is enough to shift the vibe of your whole day. Next is the main course. These are the heartier habits, the ones that bring me back to myself when I'm ready to go deeper. These take a bit more time or intention, but they are so worth it. My main course is where I add meaning to my day. It's not about being productive, it's about being present. If you've been following me on Instagram or TikTok, you'll know the books I'm currently reading. First book I like to open is Open Doors by Rick Warren. These are daily devotions that guide me throughout the day. So before I even start reading, I take a moment, set my intentions, and pray. The next one is The Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. I know I am not a dad, I'm a mom. But hear me out. This is great for learning about love, family, and parenthood in general. And then we have The Daily Loss by Robert Greene. It's honest, sometimes confronting, but it's deeply reflective. Next is having a music session and intentionally listening to songs depending on my mood. Stepping outside and going out for a walk. Calling up a friend and finally taking the time to catch up. and of course taking care of myself by doing gua sha or facial massages. It feels like an added process to the normal routine, but it reminds me to slow down. Finally, we're going in for dessert, the sweet stuff, the indulgent, comforting little things that make life soft, warm, and a little more magical. These aren't rewards, these are reminders that you're allowed to enjoy life, even when it's quiet and even when it's hard. For me, dessert looks like a long hot shower with scented candles lit up, doing my skincare routine while my favorite feel-good series is playing in the background. A mindful bedtime routine that consists of journaling and manifesting as I slowly calm my mind. Lately, I've been practicing manifestations and setting my intentions clearly and putting it out to the universe. For me, manifestation isn't just about wishing things. It's about aligning my energy, my thoughts, and my actions with what I truly desire. But that's for another video, right? Let's stick to my dopamine menu. Step 3, making it a daily practice. Now that I've built my dopamine menu, it's time to actually use it. Not just when I'm feeling down, but making it a daily habit. A way of caring for myself consistently and not just in crisis. I choose at least one thing from each category every day. A soft starter, a nourishing main, and a comforting dessert. And on the days I feel stuck, I listen to the Mel Robbins podcast.
So step number 1, you begin by making a wish. Just like that moment on your birthday when you close your eyes and wish for something to come true in this next year of your life. Right now, do the same. Close your eyes and think about the next year of your life. What do you want the next year of your life to look like? Begin by making a wish. That's how I began 2 years ago.
You see, her episodes feel like a pep talk. They remind me that real change comes from tiny decisions. And that real change on how I live my life needs to happen for this tiny little human. The main reason why I even started doing this dopamine menu, because it's not just about me anymore. It's about the kind of life I want her to grow up seeing. One where I don't constantly have to chase happiness, because I've learned to create it in small ways every day. So I keep my menu close where I can access it anytime. My phone, to remind myself that joy doesn't have to be loud or big. Sometimes it's just choosing one small thing a day that can bring you back to yourself. A soft life is a choice, one I make every time I slow down, every time I show up for myself in small, loving ways. It's in the way I get ready for bed. Face mask, skincare, quiet moments with myself or with my daughter. It's brushing her hair while we talk about our day and letting that be enough. It's in the choice to end the day in calm, to let rest be sacred, and to remind myself that I don't need to earn softness. I already deserve it. A soft life doesn't mean life is perfect. It just means I'm learning to move through it with more grace, more care, and more presence. And maybe that's the kind of life she'll grow up choosing too.